The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Mark. Herod was the one who had John the Baptist arrested and bound in prison on account of Herodias, the wife of his brother Philip, whom he had married. John had said to Herod, "It is not lawful for you to have your brother's wife." Herodias harbored a grudge against him and wanted to kill him, but was unable to do so. Herod feared John, knowing him to be a righteous and holy man, and kept him in custody. When he heard him speak, he was very much perplexed, yet he liked to listen to him. She had an opportunity one day when Herod, on his birthday, gave a banquet for his courtiers, his military officers, and the leading men of Galilee. Herodias, his own daughter, came in and performed a dance that delighted Herod and his guests. The king said to the girl, "Ask of me whatever you wish, and I will grant it to you." He even swore many things to her. "I will grant you whatever you ask of me, even to half of my kingdom." She went out and said to her mother, "What shall I ask for?" She replied, "The head of John the Baptist." The girl hurried back to the king's presence and made her request. "I want you to give me at once on a platter the head of John the Baptist." The king was deeply distressed, but because of his oaths and the guests, he did not wish to break his word to her. So he promptly dispatched an executioner with orders to bring back his head. He went off and beheaded him in prison. He brought in the head on a platter and gave it to the girl. The girl, in turn, gave it to her mother. When his disciples heard about it, they came and took his body and laid it in a tomb. The Gospel of the Lord. Good morning. Great to be back with you. I've been away for a week and a half or so. And thanks to Father Daniel and the other priests and Father Reggie for helping out and covering, so to keep you well fed with the Eucharist. What a graphic image today, isn't it? The Gospel. The whole scene of John the Baptist being beheaded and his head served on a platter like Thanksgiving turkey. It's bizarre, but at the same time beautiful. At the same time glorious. Especially in our day and age. Why? Because we live in a post-truth society now. There's no such thing as truth anymore. There's no such thing as objective truth. You believe what you want to believe. I believe what I want to believe. As long as it doesn't hurt anybody, don't tell me your truth. Don't tell me how I live my life. We live in a post-truth society. Remember that. There's no such thing as truth. That's why the whole gender craziness, that's a part of that. I can change reality with my very words. And yet as Catholics, you know, there is truth. In fact, truth has become a person. Truth is objective. And oh, how we must fight for the truth and not be afraid. In the first reading, there's a funny image. For us as modern people, we don't quite get it. The first line of the first reading says, "The word of the Lord came to me thus," quoting the first reading, "Gird your loins, stand up." This image of girding your loins, like, what is that? Well, it's because the way the men dressed in the first century, they would have this, the best way to describe it, it's almost like a kilt or a skirt that the men would wear, and it would drape over their waist. And when they would go into battle, knowing that in battle you possibly had to run and to maneuver take up those flaps that were hanging over their waist, and they would wrap it around their waist and tie it, girding their loins. Why? It's to make them more effective warriors, so they can run into battle. It prepared them to fight. You see, as Christians, we are called to be happy, joyful warriors, and not to cower in front of fear when they ridicule us for our teachings or to try to pressure us. Change your teachings on marriage. Change your teachings on human sexuality. Change your teachings on this or on that. But as Christians, like John the Baptist, we say, no, I cannot. No matter what you do, I will fight for Jesus Christ and his truth, because at the end of the day, the reason why we proclaim the truth is because we love. Christ himself says, the truth shall set you free. We as the church, we do no one any favors by changing the truth or tolerating lies. Because if indeed truth shall set you free, why do I want my brothers and sisters to live in slavery? If I truly love them, I want them to be free. So I cannot be silent. I cannot be afraid. I must share it in love. John the Baptist did that. He proclaimed the beauty of marriage against one of the most powerful men in his age.